Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Christine Marks, and today we are doing these very simple, I love these little lollipop hearts with a happy Valentine's Day and a jar of hearts. Very simple, very beginner level. You can do this. And I actually have for free on my digital, on my stand store, a digital download for these ball jars. I misplaced my ball jar stamp that I love, and so I had to hand draw these, but I have a free digital download so you can print it and trace it and paint along with me. So I'm really glad you're here. Welcome, and let's get started. So I've been really excited about doing these cute Valentine's cards, and I sat down in my studio and I couldn't find my cute stamp that I like to use, my ball stamp. So I freehanded these ball jars in by looking at this one that holds my paintbrushes. Then I was looking for my white Posca pen because these cute little lollipops have a little white highlight on them to make them look like they're lollipops. And this is dead. So we're going to be using zinc white instead. But I am really excited to show you also these. I got in these new A Gallo paints that I ordered, is it 23, 6, 9, 12, 24? It's their 48-piece watercolor pan set. And I also ordered this periwinkle that I squirted out right here. This is a beautiful color. I've been playing with these for a couple of days since I got them. So I'm going to be using these because they've got some nice reds in them. But I'm also we'll be using these Kuretake Art Nouveau set, which has some really pretty light pinks. They're almost gouache because they're pretty opaque. But I sketched this out and I put it, there's a link below so you can get a free digital download for this one or both. And you can print it out or copy it and then work along with the video. So I'll have the link to my stand store below. We're doing it on arches. These are actually the perfect size. This 7 by 10 inch, if you fold it in half, is the perfect size for a Valentine card. What I'm doing is doing one on each side, just because I want to show you both of them. But if you're going to do it, you could paint on this side, fold it over, and put your message on the inside. So it's actually quite a good size, the 7 by 10 for a Valentine card. And it is the cold pressed arches. So we're going to start. First I did the ball jar with the hearts coming out. I love this. And then I've got the ball jar with the heart lollipops in it. And we're going to start with, I think we'll do the hearts inside the jar. Maybe, you know what, we'll do these first because then they can dry and we can put a little bit of the white on top. So we're going to start with the lightest pink and do this in the back. I also, you notice I put the little lollipop handle, what is that called? Lollipop stick going up the middle of this. We're going to go in with a little purple over that later, but you're kind of looking through the transparent lollipop, so it would appear to be the color of the lollipop. So I'm just going to vary the colors with these pinks, maybe a couple of these reds, and the periwinkle. I'll do a couple of pinks first. And you will see these are opaque, but you can still see the little lollipop stick through there. And I'm not unhappy with these ball jars. I just absolutely love, as you know, my stamp makes it a little easier. I mean, I don't get any thrill out of hand drying a ball jar. It just frustrates me. we'll use some of this A Gallo red. And I ordered these A Gallo paints a few weeks ago, and I just got them. And what I like about them is they are all non-toxic. They're reds, don't use cadmium. And I think I'll be doing some future videos on what they do use in them, because the reason I ordered them is so many people talked about how beautiful they are, which in playing with them, they are beautiful paints. But like I said, they're also known for their non-toxicity, which is, I'm really kind of trying to emphasize that or work more in non-toxic mediums in 2025, even though I still love my oil paints. So we're just gonna fill in, go back and forth with these hearts, and maybe I will get maybe a little bit tinier brush for some of these. You know, the big brushes are great when you're trying to fill in big areas of paper, but when you're just filling in these little hearts, you're probably better off with a little detail brush. So let's do, oh, I love this color. Periwinkle is one of my very favorite colors. And this is the one I bought in a tube because it didn't come in this beautiful assortment of colors in the 48 pack. So you figure maybe when one of the pans goes empty, I will refill it with some periwinkle. Let's see. I just think that's one of the prettiest colors. I'm gonna go around here, and I like that I can still see the little stick through there. We're gonna do, you know what, while we're doing the hearts, we're gonna work both of these cards at the same time to get the hearts laid in here. There we go. And I also, if you notice, hearts can be very frustrating for me. So I did sketch them in. If I don't sketch hearts in or shapes like that, they end up getting real big on one side and not on the other, and it drives me crazy. So things like hearts and ball jars, I mean, unless you have a really steady hand and you're real, not particular, detailed, I mean, you could freehand these hearts in. I just have found over the years that to be very frustrating for me. I prefer to have, for me, they turn out better when I have a little guide. So again, feel free to download these hearts and save yourself some frustration. Let's see. I'll do a dark purple one here. Kind of mixing up my purples and my reds. And then remembering which one I was using. There we go. Now at the end, you could either put these little sticks in with like a Sakura micron pen, or you can use a detail brush and suggest them. I think I'm gonna use my detail brush. I'm also going to kind of pull out in this darker one where the stick comes into the lollipop, maybe on this one to wet it slightly. Go like this, pull that out of there. The lighter ones, I'm not going to worry so much. Maybe I'll try to pull out a little bit of that periwinkle. Maybe I'll do it on the red too. I just like the way that's looking a little more authentic, pulling some of that color out. All right, and what color should we make the second to the, or the last one? I'll go with a darker, maybe a darker rose here. It's not that much darker. Let's see. No, that's a nice, like a cotton candy pink almost. I'm gonna go, since that's really opaque, I'm gonna leave that one. Actually, you know what? I like the effect when you pull it out with the brush. It just looks more realistic, like you're looking through something to see that. Hopefully that one doesn't, they don't start bleeding into each other. Okay, and let's go. I cleaned my brush, dried my brush, and we're gonna, oh, I like that. There, that does make it look a little more like you're looking through the lollipop to see that. Now, let's see. We'll bring some of these same colors. You could use whatever colors you want. It doesn't have to be pinks and purples and periwinkles. These also look pretty in reds and oranges and, you know, whatever your favorite colors are, or whoever you're giving it to, their favorite colors. And you know what? I'm going to drop in, I didn't do any wet and wet. I don't know if the other ones are still wet enough to give these a little bit of dark and light going on. Now these definitely, we want a little bit darker around the stick and kind of throughout this. Because there's, you know, light shining on here, you've got some reflections, but there are also some dark areas here. There, I like that. Let me see if I can get, I don't know if my periwinkle, just kind of drop this like this, go around here. You want to preserve some of the lighter areas. Don't make the whole thing dark. Because then it's not going to look like you're seeing through it. See how you can see the little stick? You want it to have some lights and shadows bouncing around in there. And even let's go along the little side here. Like this. Go around this guy. There we go. Let's see. Okay, and this pink one's looking actually a little too, it's definitely looking transparent, but it's way too light. Give this a little bit of color and add some dark spots in this pink one here. That's real opaque. Let's see. A little bit of darker pink there. Okay, now what's going to happen when we put the white reflection areas? It'll really help bring those kind of to life there. I'm going to leave those there right now and finish doing the little hearts on the other side. Now, if you notice, when I did these hearts, they are not perfectly shaped. I mean, as perfectly shaped as I could make these. I spent more time sketching these in to be similar in shape, and so that they look like they came out of like a candy machine. And these, I did some long skinny ones and some tiny ones, and this one's kind of misshapen, but I like that in this kind of flying hearts. Like little flying hearts. But this is also very beginner level. You could do this without my downloading this guide and trace yourself a ball jar and just some real pretty different shaped hearts coming out of here, and you'll have a beautiful card for your loved one. All right, we'll do it. I can never do enough or too much periwinkle. I love this color. All right. Shape that there like that. I'll leave that little white there, and let's do a little bit of dark purple down here. I'm just going all the way up to the pencil marks here. You can even go over them if you want. Let's see. Do I want to throw a different color in here? I don't want to. Let's see about this one. Oh, that's a nice. Not even sure what the name of that color is. I was going to do an unboxing and swatching of these Gallo paints. I still might do a swatching. I just spent the weekend watching playoff football and unwrapping these. That's really great to sit for me because I really hate the task of unwrapping all of these. And so it's kind of like knitting where you can multitask and unwrap these. And, it doesn't take a lot of, you don't have to pay particular attention except to put them back in the right spot, because they did send a little card with the colors in order, which is great for you to swatch on, that's pre-printed. And so I just made sure to pay attention to putting these back in the way that I took them out of there. All right, let's do maybe this bright red down here. Yeah, this is a beautiful red. One of the things that attracted me to this brand of paint was that they don't use cadmium for their reds, and it's supposed to be this beautiful, bright, vibrant red. And I'm really happy with this. I think this is beautiful. Beautiful color. There we go. And what color are we going to do this other one? Maybe just, probably not another light pink because I have two in a row there. And a third one would look, I don't think I like it. Maybe we'll do Maybe I'll do one blue. I like this very light, let's see, it's a beautiful light blue that they have here. I know you think it looks a little bit like periwinkle, but it's not. It's a blue. Very nice. All right. Getting close to done with these. Little flying hearts. All right. And what we're gonna do is we want to give a little bit of shape, not just leave this in pencil. I want to kind of color in the ball jar, and I'm not going to use the periwinkle. I really like that blue. That would have been a nice, maybe I can use a little bit of this pale blue. And what I'm going to do is you want it to be really light when you're doing your ball jar. So what I'm going to do is wet the areas with just clear water that I want to show the ball jar. Let's see, find your words. Okay, I'm going to go along, kind of along the exterior, this line here, and around the bottom. Let's see. Come through here. And I'm going to come in with, I don't mind if that whole thing looks a little blue, and even a little bit here, a little bit here. Okay, now you want to get the lightest, let me put this in its own little spot over here, like the palest pale blue. There we go. So that you can see it suggests the ball jar, but it's not screaming out with color. Let me see. And now this is going to also dry a little bit lighter than you see it right now. And I also I want it to just kind of disappear into, I don't want a hard line right there. Down here, mind it being a little darker on the bottom. And then along these lips of the glass. Let's see, I'm just gonna kind of boop. That messed that one up. Let's see. Just kind of pat it. Here we go. It's so light. I mean, I could actually just kind of like lift it off, but you do want a little bit of a suggestion of glass. You can't just leave your pencil marks there. Okay, and I might even, let's see, I always, you know, you can make it too dark with the glass really easily, and I don't want to. I want it to be just just a little hint. This can be a little darker. And the back lip. There we go. Oh, also along here. Alrighty. There is, and then there's a little line forming here. You can just wet and dry your brush, wipe that so that that color kind of disappears and doesn't create a big obvious line there. There we go. And let's see, are we even going to come in with a little more? Maybe make it a little darker in a few spots. I don't want it to look like it's full of water, but I just want like a suggestion of this shape. All right, and there's one. We could write something, I love you, could write messages on the hearts, but I want to finish this one up. And this one, I think I might go around the sticks with a light pen, but I also want to have the suggestion of the ball jar here. So let's go around here. Oh, and then we'll get our white. The hearts are drying while we're doing this, so I think I did it in okay order here. And I'm just gonna keep the sticks not wet so that it doesn't run into those, because I want to keep those white. And I'm going to use the same, just pale blue. Go around these. Give this little guy some shape. But it doesn't have to be, you know, the focal point, the ball jar. You just want to kind of make it so it doesn't look like you forgot it because it's, you know, just penciled in here. I'll go a little darker on one side. There. That's a nice little suggestion. Now, we could come under here and anchor these. I kind of don't mind this one floating like this. This one, let's see. First, let's get a black pen. I have a couple small, number 3 and a number 2. I don't want them to be super big. Let's see if this is dry. It is. Now, I am not going to do the inside of the lollipop, but I am do that. And this one, I love the pen and ink look. This one went behind here. And we'll get this one. You could use a darker pen if you wanted to. This one kind of went right down here. And we've got this little guy. Boop. This little pink guy here. Let's see. Feel like, okay, I'm missing one. We have this pink one here. I don't know. I can erase some of these other pencil marks that I've got here. We're missing this one here. There we go. And did I get this one? I think I did. Now we can, if you want to, go around these cute little hearts. Give them a little shape. I want to do that very carefully. You don't want to mess it up at this point. I'm actually really happy with the shape of the hearts. Turned out okay. And you could have left it if you wanted to without going around it with the pen. I really love the look of pen and ink. So do this, and then the white is when we add the little white highlight. That's gonna really help it look like little lollipops. And I'm just gonna go straight in to my white gouache and take it, go like this, and can even have a little reflection going this way. There we go. And here, this pink one, probably won't even really see it on there, but, and they don't all have to have the same highlight. You just want to show that there is some reflection, some light bouncing off of this hard candy. There we go. Let's see. This purple one in the middle. You want it to look like a little V. I mean, I could add some water to this, but I like using white gouache right out of the tube. And try to use a clean brush, or else you end up with yucky stuff in your gouache that you don't want there. So use a clean brush. All right, and this periwinkle needs a nice big highlight. Wipe that off. Feel like I have a little hair in there. No, dot, and even a little reflection there. And boop. That really gives it, you know, a look of candy. Boop, there we go. Cute. And I don't think, what I will do is I'll put it's not real dark in here. If it was, I could put a highlight on here. We could go around if you wanted, and you could also go around the ball jar with, move your whole arm. Okay. You really, I hate to like mess it up at this point, which I have done before. Nothing more irritating than getting real far into your painting. And I mean, with pen and ink, when you're doing this, you can have broken lines and it looks pretty good. They don't have to be. In fact, sometimes it even looks better when you have broken lines. Now this, on my actual ball jar, the line goes up higher on one side. That was not a mistake. To accommodate putting the lid on there. So it is, I had to look twice at it. And go like this, like that. Now we can, if you want, put a little bit of white on here to give it a little bit of a, but I didn't really darken this, so it's kind of hard to do that. But I'm liking the kind of sketchy look on that. Now this one, I'm gonna leave the jar. I'm not going to do anything with the jar there. I don't know if I want to do anything with the hearts, or if I want to leave them. I think I want to leave them. Okay, so we're gonna leave the pen and ink one like this, and this one just, I'm liking the softness of that. If you wanted to, you could put little I love you. I'm at a loss. Maybe just an I love you. Yeah, I love you, if they read it like that. And that's it. I don't know. I mean, we could write Happy Valentine's Day on here. Again, I should have put a little pencil line there, but there we go. 2 cards. Pen and ink, a little bit softer, and I'm really liking it. I hope you liked them. Drop me a comment if you like this and any ideas of what you'd like to see more of for Valentine's Day. Have a wonderful day, and thank you so much for joining me.